Hello students, in this lecture of Industrial Organization Management, we are going to learn about the concept of globalization. The word globalization is often heard in the business world, in corporate meetings, in trade markets and international conferences, in schools, colleges and many other places. So what does globalization symbolize? Is it a new concept or did it exist earlier? Let's explore in this lecture. So these are the major learning outcomes from this lecture. After completion of the lecture, student must be able to define what is globalization. He must understand the concept of globalization and must successfully differentiate between merits and demerits of the globalization. So let's start with the lecture. The 20th century witnessed a revolutionary global policy aiming to turn the entire globe into a single market. Globalization is the word used to describe the growing interdependence of the world's economies, cultures, and populations brought about by cross border trade in goods and services, technology, and flows of investment, people, and information. In simpler terms, globalization visualizes that one can purchase and sell goods from any part of the world, communicate and interact with anyone anywhere in the world, and also enables cultural exchange among the global population. It is operational at three levels, namely economic globalization, cultural globalization, and political globalization. The words itself represent their definitions. Globalization is the process by which people, their ideas and their activities in different parts of the world becomes interconnected or integrated. Globalization benefits the international market to the entire deliberate world like a solitary marketplace. Merchants are spreading their extents of trade by aiming world as a worldwide community. Globalization began with the migration of people from Africa to different parts of the world. Global developments have been achieved in various sectors through the different types of globalization. The effects of globalization have been felt in every part of the world and more people continue to embrace it. Globalization has some of its core elements that help in the process. Globalization has influenced every aspects of living thing. These are the areas which are influenced by the globalization. Almost every aspect of our day-to-day life has been influenced by globalization. It includes integration of economies, equality or inequality, communication, recognition, trade versus aid, outsourcing, brands, exploitation of customers, exploitation of laborers, growth of company, poverty, environment, monopoly power, capitalism, culture, free trade, technology or internet, shrinking world, terrorism and accountability. There are three dimensions of globalization, namely as economic globalization, cultural globalization and political globalization. Let us explore each dimension in detail. The first one is economic globalization. Economic globalization is just the ever increasing interdependence of economies of nations worldwide caused by the hike in movement across borders of goods, services, capital and technology. Economic globalization is basically the means of increasing economic relationships between countries, giving rise to the birth of single or global market. Based on the worldwide, economic globalization can be seen as either negative or positive thing. Economic globalization includes globalization of production, which is getting services and goods from a source from very different locations all over the world to gain from the difference in quality and cost. There is globalization of markets, which is the coming together of separate and different markets into one global market. Economic globalization includes technology, industries, competition and corporations. Globalization today is all about less developed countries and economies receiving FDI, that is foreign direct investment, from the more developed countries and economies, reduction in barriers to trade and to particular extent immigration. Second type of globalization is cultural globalization. Cultural globalization is the transmission of values, ideas, and meanings all over the world in a way that intensify and extends social relations. Cultural globalization is known by the consumption of different cultures that have been propagated on the internet, international travel, and cultural media. The propagation of cultures helps individuals to engage in social relations which break religion boundaries. Cultural globalization also includes the start of shared knowledge and norm which people can identify their cultures collectively. It helps foster relationships between different cultures and populations. It can be argued that cultural globalization distorts and harms cultural diversity, as one country's culture is inputted into another country by the means of globalization. The new culture becomes a threat to the cultural diversity of the receiving country. Third and last type of globalization is political globalization. Political globalization is going to, on the long run, drop the need for separate nations or states. Institutions like the International Criminal Court and WTO, that is World Trade Organization, are beginning to replace individual nations in their functions, and this could eventually lead to a union of all the nations of the world in a European Union style. Non-governmental organizations have also helped in political globalization by influencing laws and policies across borders and in different countries, including developmental efforts and humanitarian aid. Political globalization is not all good, as some countries have chosen to embrace policies of isolation as a reactionary measure to globalization. A typical example is the government of North Korea, which makes it extremely difficult and hard for foreigners to even enter their country and monitor all of the activities of foreigners strictly if they allow them in. Citizens are allowed to leave the country freely, and aid workers are put under serious scrutiny and are not allowed in regions and places where the government does not want them to enter. Intergovernmentalism is the treatment of national governments and states as the major basic factors of integration. Multi-level governance is the concept that there are many structures of authority interacting in the gradual emergence of political globalization. So what globalization is India? In the 90s, there was a limit of importing some goods that were already mass produced in India, such as engineering goods, agricultural products, toiletries, food items, etc. But in the 90s, the rich countries pressurized the WTO, that is World Trade Organization, World Bank, and International Monetary Fund nations spread their to let other nations spread their trades by introducing market and trade in deprived and emerging countries. India opened its market to global trade majorly during the early 90s after a major economic crisis hit the country. New economic reforms were introduced in 1991 by then Prime Minister Shri P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister at the time Shri Dr. Manmohan Singh. In many ways, the new economic policies positively contributed to the implementation of concept of globalization in India. After numerous years, globalization has faced major uprising inside the Indian marketplace when international brands arrived in India such as KFC, PepsiCo, McDonald's, Kia Motors, General Motors, Samsung, Apple, etc., and began the delivery of an extensive variety of quality goods at low cost rates. Liberalization and globalization of the businesses in the Indian marketplace is submerging the quality of imported goods but influencing the local Indian businesses badly in large part, causing the job loss of illiterate and poor laborers. Globalization has remained a goldmine for customers, but it is also a burial ground for small scale manufacturers in India. Globalization has influenced the education sectors and students of India predominantly by making accessible the education material and enormous info on the internet. Association of the Indian universities with the overseas universities has faced a massive modification in the education business. So how this globalization affected or impacted India? The health industries are too influenced enormously by the globalization of health, observing electronic apparatuses, conventional drugs, etc. The trade globalization in the agricultural sector has provided a range of high quality seeds possessing disease fighting property, but it is not beneficial for the underprivileged Indian agriculturalists owing the reason of expensive seeds as well as agricultural equipments. Globalization has given an enormous rebellion to the occupation sector by increasing the growth of trades related to the handloom, cottage, artisans and carvings, carpet, jewelry, ceramics and glassware, etc. Association of Indian Universities with the overseas universities has faced a massive modification in the education business. So, what are positive influences of globalization? Globalization has influenced the education sectors and students in India predominantly. The impact of globalization is felt differently among individuals, but the end result will be either positive or negative. This phenomena is totally dependent upon individuals. So let us explore the positive effects of globalization. In the shown image, we can see that people are buying goods from different points of the world. We show that because of globalization, the world has shrunk enormously. As the word itself suggests, these policies involves all the nations across the globe. The lifting of trade barriers can have a huge impact, especially in developing countries. It augments the flow of technology, education, medicines, etc. to these countries, which are a real blessing. Globalization expects to create ample jobs opportunities as more and more companies can extend their presence or to different parts of the world. Multinational companies can establish their presence in developing countries. Globalization gives educational aspirants from developing and underdeveloped countries more quality learning opportunities. It leads not only to the pursuit of best higher education but also to cultural and language exchanges. Globalization also enhances a faster flow of information and quick transportation of goods and services. Moreover, one can order any item from anywhere merely sitting at home. Another plus point of globalization is the dimensioning cultural barriers between nations as it offers free access and cultural interactions. Also, it has been observed that there is a considerable reduction of poverty worldwide due to globalization. In addition to this, it also enables the effective use of resources. So, what are negative influences of globalization? Globalization turned out to be a significant threat to the cottage and small scale industries as they have to compete with product of multinational companies. Another dangerous effect of globalization is the condition of weak sections of the society as they are getting poorer and the rich are getting richer. The situation leads to the domination of economically rich countries over emerging countries and the increase of disparity. The actions of multinational companies are deplorable and always facing criticism from various social, government and world bodies as they are incompetent in offering decent working conditions for the workers. Irrational tapping of natural resources which are instrumental in causing ecological imbalance is another major accusation against multinational companies. Globalization is also blamed to have paved the way for human trafficking, labor exploitation, and spread of infectious diseases too. In addition to all these, if any economic disaster hit a country and if they subsequently suffer from economic depression, it ripples are its ripples are felt deeply in other countries as well. So, what is the conclusion of globalization? Is it positive or negative? Despite all its disadvantages, globalization has transformed the entire globe into a single market, irrespective of its region, religion, language, culture, and diversity differences. It also leads to an increase in demand for goods, which in turn calls for more production and industrialization. Our focus should be to minimize the risk and maximize the positive outcome of global policy, which in turn can help for a sustainable long standing development for people all around the world. Thank you.